Record myself. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. All right, so these are my objectives and standards. It's for first grade students. I want them to learn who Cesar Chavez was and how he helped farm workers. It has the history social science standard there, which is identify a historical figure such as Cesar Chavez. And the ELA standard is to ask and answer questions about key details in a text read aloud. The preview activity, I'm going to show the kids life on the farm. It's a very quick, under 3-minute video. And basically tell them before we watch the video to pay attention to what kind of work do farmers and farm workers do, what foods do you see growing, and who helps grow our food. I'll give you a little 10-second clip right here.
These are almond trees. Farmers grow the nuts.
Right here. This part's for me.
California farms grow a lot of things. How many different crops do you think are grown in California?
72, 50. Probably at least 100 or 200. 300.
400 different crops are grown in California. A farm today often grows one type of food and lots of it.
All right, so after the video, we'll talk about why this type of work is important and how people like Cesar Chavez help farm workers. Move this here. Oh, my bad. So the materials, I would use maybe my PowerPoints, make some vocabulary word cards with some different vocabulary on there. I have a worksheet with the sentence frame on there about Cesar Chavez. And then I'm gonna make some signs for a little game for my assessment at the end. We're also gonna utilize like drawing paper and crayons and things like that. So first I would introduce the vocabulary intro. So I would teach them words in maybe English and Spanish and kind of give them the definition. So like worker, trabajador, strike is huelga, justice is justicia, and then si se puede, which means yes we can, obviously. So I would ask them what the words mean to them, kind of see if anyone knows about anything that I'm sharing. The anticipatory set, because they're first graders, I'd keep it kind of simple and just ask them, have you ever helped somebody or have you ever helped someone? And, just kind of hear what they say. I'm sure they say, I helped my grandma, I helped somebody do this, I helped somebody do that. So then I would share with them, today we're going to learn about a man who helped many people by standing up for what is fair. Today we're going to learn about how Cesar Chavez worked to help farm workers. I give them a small bio because they're, like I said, because they're young, I'm keeping it kind of short and sweet. Cesar Chavez saw that farm workers were being treated unfairly. They worked long hours in the fields for very little pay and no protection. So Cesar started a union to help them speak up together. He organized strikes and marches to fight for their rights. And he used the phrase, si se puede, yes we can, to inspire hope and unity. So for my guided practice, we would review the vocabulary worksheet terms together, kind of go over them. I would introduce the sentence frame, which is going to be part of my worksheet. As a class, we would practice completing the sentence with the vocabulary words. So we would be, Cesar helped the workers by organizing a strike, for instance, or we can use call and response to reinforce the learning. So if I were to say, Cesar wanted justice, the students would say, Cesar. Perfect. All right, you got it. All right, so independent practice. I would distribute both of these worksheets here. I was able to make these online. And basically, it's got a little coloring aspect, which is fun for the younger kids. I also have the vocabulary worksheet, which is really cool. I was able to make that with some AI as well. It's really cool. It teaches them a little bit of English and Spanish. If some of the kids, I'm assuming, are going to know Spanish. And just kind of reinforces my lesson plan. They can write and color their responses, and then you can also encourage drawings as well. For the assessment activity, we're going to do a si se puede game. We're going to set up 3 signs in areas in the classroom, almost like you're trading and bartering. You can just set up a section. And basically, there'd be one that says si se puede, one that says ask for fairness, and the other one is help them. And so you can have like scenario cards where you read out to the children and say, the workers are tired but have no water. What should Cesar do? And, they would go to help them. And then at the end, it's like the farm workers want to make a change, but people say it's too hard. They feel tired and alone. What can they say to stay strong and keep going? Si se puede, right? And so students walk or point to the sign as they answer the questions. And then we would briefly discuss each response as a group. For closure, I would ask, why was Cesar Chavez important? I would let the students answer using the frame that I provided them. Repeat the key message of the lesson plan, which is when we help others, and speak up for fairness, we are leaders like Cesar. And at the end, I would say, let's end the lesson by raising our fists and cheering. That's it.